Hi everybody, this is future Hannah. I am editing this video, about to put it out for you guys. I just want to say I'm sorry it's been so long since we've been on YouTube, but this video is going to explain literally everything, and it's a very long video, but please, if you can and if you have the time, please watch the whole thing because we really need the time for the views, and also it's important. We've been on YouTube for years, and this is the biggest life update that we've ever had. So if you have the time, please watch it to the end. And if you do, please leave a comment and let us know that you watched it to the end because it would mean more than you know. So without talking anymore, because it's already really long, enjoy the video.
Hey guys.
Hi guys. Welcome back to Boho and Bling. We are Boho. This is Bling. You haven't seen us together in some months, but it's fine.
So this video is going to be a life update. It's sort of piggybacking off of the video that Hannah did by herself a few weeks ago when she said she was going to get me to come film with her. This is part 2 of the update.
Yes, and also this is why were we homeless?
Yeah.
We're gonna tell that whole story in this video. I hope it's not gonna be too long, but if it is, watch the whole thing. Why? I don't know, but just do it.
Right.
Our last video, by the way, got literally 1.2 thousand views. Guys, please tell us in the comments why, because I literally filmed that in the backyard in my pajamas, thinking that maybe 40 people was gonna see it, but no. Unfortunately, my bad side was seen by literally everyone.
But it's okay. We want you to continue the views.
Yes, so do that. And if you're not subscribed to us and you're watching this video, just subscribe.
Yeah.
Because that's just what you do.
And we're getting back on our game a little bit.
It's literally 9 o'clock at night as we're filming this, so sorry for the shadows. This is the best we can do. Okay, without further ado, we are gonna go ahead and get into it. Lydia wants me to ask her questions. She doesn't just want to free talk, so I haven't prepared, so here we go. So first things first, why haven't you been on our YouTube channel?
Okay, guys, so I think the answer to that question ultimately is I have moved out of Hannah and Andy's house.
That's our brother.
The primary reason was for finances. So when everything started going haywire with the house, all of our bills probably tripled.
At least.
And for me, since I was switching jobs right when the house stuff started, I wasn't working as many days a week because I was in school at the time and I just couldn't afford as much as I used to. So all of my paycheck was going to my bills, and then I would go 2 or 3 days with no money in my bank account. So I did move out for financial purposes, and that's why we haven't filmed anything together in a month or a couple months.
Aside from the house stuff. And like I said in the last video, even if she was here, up until a month ago, we couldn't have filmed because construction, I would wake up to literally chainsaws. It was horrible. So, also, any other life updates about yourself that you would like to share?
I don't remember what I shared last. It's been so long.
Well, you were still at McAllister's, I think, when we filmed our last together video.
Well, let's see. I said I was moving out. I am in a nice, solid relationship. I have been with my now boyfriend for 2 years. And we hang out all the time. What else can I tell you? So I did quit my job at McAllister's Deli and I went to work at a Dollar General. And I was there for about 6 months when I got a promotion to be a part-time key holder. And I was trained how to open and close the store. And I've been doing that in the higher up position for about 3 to 4 months now. So that's where I work. I work about 5 days a week there. And what else?
Are you gonna tell them about your new job?
Oh, okay, so extremely recently, within this past week, I did finally get a call about my aesthetics career. Someone saw my profile on Indeed and contacted me about a lash tech position. So I had an interview with that lady yesterday morning and it went well. She said she does want to give me the job, and I don't know if I had told y'all this, but eyelash extensions were my least favorite thing to do when I first graduated because they take a while and it really hurts your back and your eyes. But I told her all of that, and she knows that I'm not fully experienced. She's going to offer 2 weeks of training, and the place that she wants to hire me for is her first franchise where we live. So the building isn't even done yet. When it's done, everybody that goes there will be new. So she's doing 2 weeks of training and then the grand opening. I would be off of commission and tips, so I should be making more than I am now, which would be great. And I would be doing what I paid to learn how to do, which is the point.
Yeah.
So I'll have to update y'all later on if I really did get the position and how that's going and when I started. Oh, my pets. That's my last update. So unfortunately, I did lose one of my guinea pigs recently, and I made a rash decision to get 2 more. So I now have 5 guinea pigs and 1 cat. I have 3 boys and 2 girls for the guinea pigs, and then my cat is a girl. So I've got my hands full as a mother, and I think that's all of my updates that I hadn't shared.
I really don't have any updates for me. The only one is I quit Big Lots. I worked at Big Lots for almost 3 years. And why I quit was I was making literally $10 an hour, and anytime I would get a raise, it was like 20 cents. So that was just not it. And then also we had new management, and it was not it. And then I just got so tired because the more it went on, the stricter the rules were. Like before, you could have a drink of water or whatever at your register because I was primarily cashiering, or you could like chew gum or something like that. No. And it started to get to where if I had to go to the restroom or something, they didn't want to let me. And it was horrible. And then they wanted me to get so much done in like no time and do the register. Impossible. So I quit, and y'all already know I was doing DoorDash, and I've been doing that since 2 Marches ago. Y'all were here for me when I started DoorDash, and Lydia was with me, and she got mad at me that day because I'm not good with new things. I get scared.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing right now, full time, and I prefer it because I am self-employed, which is great. And my schedule is whatever I make it to be. I'm working more than I want to right now because of the house stuff they're going to tell you about. So that's my only update. I'm still dating Justin. We've been together it'll be 2 years next month. So we're about the same on as far as our relationship status. And that's it. I'm doing the same thing. That's all. So now we can move to the house section. I don't even know where to start talking about this.
Oh, and by the way, our next YouTube video after this one will be a finished house tour.
Yes, I'm gonna try to do that pretty soon. So this video is gonna be the whole story, and then the very next video I will show you what happened. Like
what it looks like now.
You'll see the flood footage You'll see the water damage footage and what the house looked like before, during, and after. I'm gonna put that all together. It's gonna take me a while, but here's what went down. This is what happened, okay? So the leak actually happened last August, so it's been almost a year, but we didn't know it then. So what had happened was we got a really bad storm that came through here and knocked down pretty much every tree in our town. It was straight line winds, and I don't know what happened, but it was bad. And something with that storm fried the circuit board, or whatever's in the back of a refrigerator, the one that we had when we bought this house. So, being lower middle class as we are, we went to a used appliance place to buy a refrigerator. They came, they installed it, all is fine. And then I started noticing this spot on the wall to the right of the fridge. Yeah. And I'll try to put a picture so you know what I'm talking about. But I thought it was dirt I literally thought the people who installed the fridge like scuffed the wall. So I didn't.
It was brown.
It was brown. And I thought it was dirt. And of course I didn't like try to clean it off. So I just saw it. Anyway, about a month goes by and my mom was at my house and she's like, "That's mold." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, your wall's literally falling apart." Like, it's in a place where you don't really notice it. So I was like, "What?" So what I did was I was freaking out and I called a plumber and he pulled the refrigerator out and there was so much water behind the refrigerator and on the baseboards up into the walls just falling apart. And all that happened was the people who installed our refrigerator, there's a line that goes from the floor, which is the water source of the house, into the back of the refrigerator, and it just twists together, and they just didn't tighten it enough. So for an entire month, water was just pouring into the floor. And the way my house is, it slants, so it wasn't coming out front of the fridge, it was all going behind it, so we didn't see it at all or hear it because it was a slow drip. So I'm like, okay. So then it was a whole big ordeal. We had to call a mitigation company. So basically this company came and tested for mold. They would like hold this thing up to the wall and see if there was mold there. There was mold on the floor, on the wall, and it wasn't just in the kitchen. It was all the way around, like the whole other side of the house, up into the bathroom that's behind the kitchen. It was 3 different rooms, which was bad. And so then they had to rip up our floor. Now we had tile in the kitchen and bathroom, and we had real hardwood in the rest of the rooms, the dining room and the den. Well, all that had to be literally ripped out, and we were like, okay. And so they had a bunch of machines in here for days, and it was so loud. Imagine like sleeping next to a leaf blower. It was incredibly loud. It was horrid. But they found toxic mold in those rooms because of that leak. So we had to leave our house. Now keep in mind, we had 4 cats here, a rabbit, and the guinea pigs, but they were outside, so it didn't really affect them. But so we tried to get an Airbnb, but we would have had to sign a rental agreement, and they would have had to go through a credit check. It would have been basically like us renting a house plus owning this one, and it would just be too much. Plus they told us it wasn't going to take more than 3 weeks to finish. So they put us in a hotel.
A bad hotel. With thieves and smells and loudness, and it sucked.
And we put our animals in Lydia's bedroom, and we took care of them. We came here twice a day to check on them, to feed them, because thankfully that bedroom wasn't infected. But they were in the bedroom because we couldn't take them with us to the hotel. And insurance would not pay for us to board them, and it would have cost more than our house repair to board them for that long. And we would not have seen them for, unbeknownst to us, 9 months. Mm-hmm. So we went to the hotel, and while we were there, this is kind of getting out of order, but while we were there, people came into our room, and like, I think it was the maids brought their kids with them, and they played with our stuff. Like, we brought the Switch with us, played with that, opened Lydia's package that she had. Like, my stuff, some of my stuff was just strewn in the floor, broken, and that happened twice.
Yeah.
Someone broke, and then they broke into Lydia's room and then like bit your...
Yeah, my key card had little teeth marks all over it, so I had
and it was folded in half.
I had to go get another one. but the hotel, their doors and their key locks were screwed up. So I had to go get a new key card every day after school just to open my door.
And guys, she got locked out of her room like 5 times.
Yeah.
And she had to move rooms.
I had to move rooms twice.
And she would literally, how many hours was it that one time? Like overnight. She was locked out of her hotel room overnight, and they wouldn't do anything. Like, they're like, well, we don't know.
We have to wait until the morning or something. Like, the emergency maintenance man is asleep. And I'm like, well, if he's an emergency maintenance man, he should be on call.
And Lydia was trying to come home from college. She needed to get in her room so she could change her scrubs, get her school books, do her homework. I think you had homework at the time. I don't remember. But she needed to get in that room to do her schoolwork. And so she had to just go back to school the next day in her same clothes. It was bad.
It was a bad hotel. Don't recommend it.
So, while all that was happening, we just had problem after problem. Guys, let's talk about the crew.
The construction crew?
Yes.
Literal, like, okay, imagine if you hired a 12-year-old boy to your company for an internship, and then the day he shows up for your internship, you hand him a bunch of tools, and you're like, okay, let's see what you can do. That was them. They had no idea what to do, where it went, what color to get. It was bad.
Guys, we don't like to talk bad about companies, but when I tell you this company, like, they were horrible. Like, not only did they not know how to do their job as far as the construction, but they were very inconsiderate and rude. Like, they would leave our door unlocked, knowing we live in a hotel and we're here. They would leave front and back doors unlocked. They left our water on for about 5 hours. It was outside, our outside pump, which flooded the yard and flooded underneath the house. We had 3 inches of standing water under the house because they just left the water on. They unplugged our refrigerator 4 times, and all the groceries in our fridge went bad because we would have to come back here to get vegetables out of the fridge to feed her guinea pigs.
Yeah.
So they left that unplugged. They broke my great-grandmother's Christmas ornaments that were up at the time. They dismantled my flower bed to use the stones to hold down their tarp thing. They left trash in the yard. They left nails and screws in the driveway, and I ran over one and had to replace my tire, which they didn't pay for. They broke my vacuum cleaner. They dropped my microwave and then installed it broken. Didn't tell anyone.
Crack on the side.
Like, it was like a chunk missing. Yeah, it wouldn't come on. It wasn't even installed right. It was like installed upside down or something. They didn't tell anyone. They knocked a giant hole about this big in the wall and then took my pantry door off and hid the hole.
They put it in the corner to hide the hole, like we weren't going to need the door.
And what else did
the stove, the day they brought the stove, they didn't hook it up.
Oh, yeah, they didn't hook up our stove.
They left it in the middle of the floor.
It was just, I have a list that I'm not going to read right now, but it has 50 items on it of stuff like that they did over and over and
steps.
over. This last thing that happened was, okay, so they were going to replace the steps going down into the living room and the steps outside because they damaged them. Like, when they were working, there was chunks of my wooden steps just missing. So I'm like, well, y'all have to fix that because it wasn't like that. So the inside steps specifically, they redid them 4 times. 2 steps, 4 times. And they had to come back, and it added 2 months to this project because they kept doing it wrong. So the first time they installed it, so these steps are probably, looking at it, 2 inches thick. They're like this thick. They're solid wood. And when they replaced them, they used about 1/4 of an inch piece of plywood. It wasn't even real wood. It was hollow. Lydia, they installed it wrong, so she stepped on a nail that was coming up from the step. Mm-hmm. And if she hadn't been wearing shoes, like, she would have had to go to the hospital. Oh, yeah, and they left razor blades in our floor in the house. I told them they're lucky that a baby doesn't live here because...
Oh, the kitchen cabinets. They lied about the quality of the kitchen cabinets. It wasn't wood. What was it?
It was like
particle board. It was some sort of a particle or plastic.
We had solid wood cabinet. And not only that, with the cabinets, I'm sorry we're all over the place, but we're trying to remember it, and I'm not looking at my list. But with the cabinets, they mismeasured. Well, they didn't measure at all. They said most houses have an 8-foot ceiling. So they just assumed that I have an 8-foot ceiling. But what they didn't know is my house is a converted mobile home, like a trailer. So half of it is a trailer and half of it is added on. Basically the whole house is added on. It's hard to explain. There's a trailer here, but they built over it and then they added onto it. So it's called, I forgot what it's called, but it's like half trailer, half house. Anyway, so my ceilings are 7 1/4 or 7 3/4 feet instead of 8. But they didn't even measure it. So when the cabinets came, they were way too tall. Like the top cabinets went halfway down the wall and you couldn't put any on the bottom. So that delayed us by another month.
And because they didn't measure for the cabinets, they had to rip out the backsplash that Hannah and our mom put in themselves and paid for.
I told them it was sentimental, like my mom put that in with me, and I didn't want to replace it. That happened with several things I didn't want to replace that were sentimental to me, and we ended up having to because of their carelessness and lack of professionalism. And that kind of stuff just happened all the time. So with the steps, the first time they had put that particle board, then they put a piece of wood, but it cracked the next day. The length of the board, it's like a 4-foot length of board cracked down the middle. And they're like, oh, well, was it already like that? And I'm like, guys,
what do you think?
And they stained it the wrong color. Twice.
Yeah.
And the paint on the walls was the wrong type of paint.
They didn't end up changing that.
No, they didn't change that. I just had to leave it. But then the 4th time with the stairs, like at this point, I'm really mad because I'm like, guys, this is ridiculous. So they finally got it semi-right. It's still the wrong color stain, but I just went with it because I wanted them out of my house. So that's not everything that happened, but that kind of stuff happened every single day. Every day someone was here, something went wrong, very wrong. And we were just in that stress all day, every day. Oh, and so they had to not just rip up my floors, they had to rip up my subfloor and everything. So the only thing in the house was the floor joist. So we have a crawl space. So there's dirt and then floor joist, and then you lay the moisture barrier and then the floor on top of that. So the whole thing was open. I forgot where I was going with that.
Was it that we had to walk on the one beam, or was it the fact that they threw their trash down into the cracks?
Neither. But both of those things are true. So when we would come in to have to get to the fridge to feed the pigs, we would have to walk on
one board
that was rotten. It was eaten by termites.
Yeah. And then you would look down and you would see what they had for lunch. They just tossed it on the dirt. Orange peels,
cigarettes,
Sonic bags, cigarette packs.
I think there was a beer can one time.
Huh? This isn't happening. But it did.
Yeah. So it was, there was nothing. I don't know where I was going with that at a point, but that was all open. And so this whole time, we're at the hotel. Now, insurance. Insurance was really rough. They didn't want to pay for everything. They didn't listen to us. And they kept like hounding me. Like this one adjuster said, you can make a whole house in 4 months. That's when we were in the hotel at 4 months by that time. And I'm like, well, talk to them. Like, I've been saying the same thing because they told us that it would be done by Christmas.
Thanksgiving was first.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. This was in September. So first they're like 2 months, and they're like Christmas, which would have been another month. Oh no.
New Year's.
Yeah, like
February.
I think we moved back home at the end of February or something like that.
Yeah.
But they weren't even done. Like, insurance said they weren't going to pay for the hotel anymore. They're like, you've come to the end of your money, which I found out was a lie. We had 4 different insurance adjusters throughout this 9-month project because 2 of them got fired. I don't know what happened to the first lady. I don't know what happened to her, but then there was 2 men that got fired. And then finally they gave us a manager to deal with because no one was doing anything. So we were in the hotel that whole time, and it was really rough. And so it turned out that the kitchen, how it looks now, is not what I wanted it to look like. Like, I wanted wood cabinets, warm tones, And none of that happened. Like, they were like, oh no, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. They just give me excuses. So I ended up having to order white IKEA-looking cabinets. And they told me that that's luxury.
The best quality.
The best quality
ever.
that there's on the market.
Ended up being fake.
Yeah, and they're already installed at this point, and I'm just like, wow, guys. So my vision and what it looks like now, I'm happy with it now. It looks good, but it's not what I wanted at all. It's not even the same style.
Yeah.
So the way it looks now, it's fine. I'm happy with it. I'm not happy with the quality of the cabinets, but it's fine. It looks fine. And so that was all going on when Lydia was in school, and I was working 2 jobs. And there's a whole lot more that we can say, but my mind is going blank trying to think of all that happened over that time period. And Lydia's poor room, because all the animals were in there all day, every day for 6 months.
It looked like a murder scene.
It
guys.
did. Our rabbit went into, what's it called? I guess puberty?
It's like in between puberty and heat. So like he knew he was growing up, but also he thought it was time to mate. So rabbits, they spray when they're in that phase, and it's like a dark orange color. And then they also spray their pee, which is a different color. And he was going crazy, so he started spraying everywhere. I had to get my mattress replaced. We had to scrub all my furniture.
It looked
walls top to bottom
Yeah.
was dark orange, like someone had been killed.
And it went almost to the ceiling. It wasn't
Yeah.
just like at the baseboards. No, it went up. It was bad.
Poor baby. And then we did end up getting him fixed, and all of his behavioral issues changed, and he was so sweet. And then one of her cats, the girl, got, I don't know, like defensive. It's like she could tell that he had been changed somehow, and they started fighting.
And she would bite him.
She was worried about it, so our rabbit lives with our mom now, and she had a rabbit from a previous time, so now she has ours and hers and their friends, and they have a big enclosure outside.
Yeah, he's really happy. We go see him fairly
Once a month.
often. Yeah, he's doing very well. I think he's happier than he would have been here, just because we were starting to have to kind of keep him not locked up, but like
in one or two
in a room,
rooms
because he was
only.
biting the lamp. He bit 2 lamp cords. He chewed through the vacuum cleaner cord. He would just chew everything. And now he has a rabbit wife, and they're very happy. And my mom built him, I'll try to add a picture, built them a house, like an actual log cabin.
It's the size of a small shed that you would buy and put outside in your yard.
And it has ventilation. It has a ceiling fan in there now. She put solar
Windows,
lights. It has windows, and they're very happy.
Toys.
Yes. So basically, overview: we were homeless because we were homeless. Like, we didn't have a home to go to. It was not possible for us to stay here, and where they placed us was traumatizing.
Sure was.
Like, people were like breaking into our
bad.
rooms, and we lived in the hotel for 7 months, I think, something like that, 6 or 7 months. And then we had to come home, even though the construction job wasn't finished, because they kicked us out of the hotel. And so we were like having to share the house with crew members, and they would just show up whenever they wanted, not when they were scheduled to. No, whenever they wanted.
And open doors and slam doors and get
They
out
walked
their
into my
saws.
bedroom when I was in bed, like unclothed, and they went into my bathroom, which is a separate part of the house. We have a guest bathroom in the hall. They went into my bathroom and destroyed my toilet, and we had to like go buy a plunger.
Oh yeah.
And then this other guy spilled paint all over the place, and then tried to throw it in the toilet, which would have stopped up the toilet because we're on a septic system
Like,
here.
how old are you? Are you really 12? Do we need to go and see your records? Like, it was unbelievable.
It was. I'll try to okay, guys, when I'm editing this, I will add a screenshot of the list of everything they did so that you can see it. Editing Hannah here, it won't let me like show the full like 50 thing list, but I think that's enough for you to tell like what's going on. But sorry, it won't let me like add, my editing software won't let me like add like the whole full picture, or if it will, I haven't figured it out. So the project just ended a month ago. I just paid for it last week, the last payment, and so now it's completely done, and we have 2 loans that we're paying because of it. So it's $6,600 in loans, and that's just for 2 leaks. A leak in the backyard, a leak in the front yard. Oh, I know what I was gonna say about opening the floor. They broke our water pipes underneath the house, lied and said that they didn't do it first, and then we like had proved it, and then they lied and said they fixed it, and they didn't. We had to call a plumber to fix it. Unbelievable. So that is our house story and why we were homeless and how long we were homeless.
Life date for all of you watching.
Yes. So there's a whole lot more to it that I am blanking on because it's literally 9:45 p.m. And I don't really know what the future of this channel is going to be because she doesn't live with me anymore. And now,
however, if we continue to be popular here on this YouTube platform, we might post more often. However, it all depends on both of our working situation.
Mine is easier because I can film while I work.
Yeah.
She can't. And also her schedule is like a set schedule, and she has clients, and this will be a commute, this job.
Yeah.
It's
not too bad though. Where I work right now is a 15-minute drive, and the new job, if I work there, will be a 22-minute drive. And I've been told they have a split shift, so 1 in the morning, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and then evening, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. So the shifts are like a medium length, 5 to 6 hours.
That's good.
And we'll just have to see how it goes.
Hopefully, like, I was sad when Lydia moved out, obviously.
She's still sad. She still acts like I've only come over once, and I come over almost every weekend. I said almost every weekend. She still texts me like, help, where are you? Come back. And I'm like, what?
Yes, I'm the oldest out of all of us. There's 3 of us. There's me, my brother, and then my sister. Me and Lydia are 10 years apart, and so she's my child. And so her leaving my nest was very sad, but I know she's happy and she's doing what's best for her. And I love her boyfriend. He's really nice. He takes good care of her. So I'm not worried about her safety or nothing. I just miss girl time. And I watch our old vlogs and I was like, man, yeah, I'm like, we used to spend so much time together, and now she's just a grown up and it's just sad.
I don't think of anything else that's changed. Oh, I do have a slight obsession with getting tattoos.
Oh, yes.
I don't think I've told them that. Well, I have one on my ribcage that I can't show you guys, but it says "the heart wants what it wants" in cursive. That was my first. And then my second is this one. It says "be kind" on my wrist. It's also in cursive. And then my third is
it's a fairy.
It's on my back. She has a little basket. And then my fourth is this semicolon that I'll have to get touched up. And I have plans to get my 5th and my 6th. On my left arm, I'm going to get 2 strawberries on my left arm, like stacked.
Aww.
Like this way or this way.
Are they going to be colored?
Yes. That will be my first colored ones.
Have you found an artist? Oh, you did find an artist.
I did find an artist, but I'm on a wait list because she's really popular. I'm hoping to get them in August or September.
And what's your other one going to be?
They're both going to be strawberries.
Oh.
It'll just be 2 different designs.
I don't have any tattoos.
Anna doesn't have any. She hasn't gotten any new piercings. Oh, I got my nose pierced.
Mm-hmm. We did her
first
healing
and second, I have a helix on my right. I can change this in September and then I'll get another piercing.
Lydia's just...
I'm just obsessed.
She's in her best life. She's just living it, guys. I'm
in my growing up era.
I am not. I am growing old. I am in my growing old era. So guys, that's about it. I know this was long. I doubt hardly anybody lasted to the end, but if you did, please comment that you watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
because
leave us
I'm
a
curious.
good, clean, fun comment to
Yeah,
read.
guys.
Let's keep the creepy comments away.
Yeah, just
that makes us want to get off of YouTube.
Yeah, we're not
make more for you.
Be nice. Like, we're not here for
We're
like
sensitive
creeps.
girlies,
Yeah.
and
We don't.
we
I
need
have
this to be a positive comment.
Keep in mind, we
section.
worked in the food and the retail industry, and we
know
had
how
enough.
you are.
We had enough of the creepy comments,
Yeah.
guys. Be respectful, and we'll be nice, and you will respond to you, and like we're all real people here.
Yeah, we don't have to pretend it's okay.
So, thanks for all the new subscribers. I don't know why, but cool. Like, I wish y'all would have come about when we were posting regularly, so maybe we would be monetized by now. But it's fine. It's fine. We don't need
grateful.
money. We're just $10,000 in debt. It's fine.
Yeah.
Send us the love, guys, if you want to help us out and get us out of this financial
Comment
crisis.
down below, and we will give you our GoFundMe. We do have one.
We do. We really
From
do.
a while back.
Yeah, we really do.
Anyways, I think that's
We were
it
desperate.
for this video.
Yes, it is. So guys, stay tuned because I really am gonna post as soon as I can. I might try to film some tomorrow. My next day off, I'm gonna clean, and once I clean,
That's when you'll get the updated house tour.
yes, because guys, I turned Lydia's bedroom into our laundry room because our washer and dryer has been in the garage for 3 years, and it was just not it. It was moldy, it was dirty, there were spiders everywhere. Slugs.
Oh, the slugs.
So, anyway, thank you guys for watching and supporting. Thank you for all the new subscribers. If you want to see more of us, we have loads of videos. And I know
We've got plenty of old ones where we both look really bad. We've had our glow ups.
Well, you have.
Hit the
I think I've glowed
notification
down.
bell.
I have glowed down. I was watching our old videos and I told Justin, that's my boyfriend, I was like, I have gotten ugly. I'm sorry, but it's just true. I'm just old.
Hannah's making the last bit about herself.
No.
So now I think it really is time to go.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Please subscribe because, I mean, if we're going to have 1.2 thousand views, you might as well be subscribed. Okay? You don't have to watch. I mean, yes, you do. But subscribe! And we will see you in the next one, which will be, it's not going to be another month. Hopefully, it'll be within the next week.
Well, this one won't be a month. It should be 3 weeks. If you get it edited and put up
Tomorrow?
within a week, it'll be 3 weeks since the last one, which is where we came back from the ground.
The grave. Okay, everybody, we're gonna go. She has to go home.
Bye.
Her boyfriend's just been like slyly watching us film this
From
this
the
whole
corner.
time from the corner, just peeking around. So, thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking around for the last 5 years, 4 years.
I think it's 4.
I think we
I
started.
think I was 15.
We started in 2019 or 2020.
Anyways, thanks for
Bye,
watching.
everybody.
Bye.
That's her normal. See ya. I don't care anymore. Bye.